Welcome back to the latest and greatest episode of Talk Data to Me. Okay, maybe this is not the greatest one, but it is still a great podcast nonetheless. Still a great podcast nonetheless. And we're back. We're here, ready to break down AI infrastructure power shifts and what it all means for your life and business. I am your host, Shahana Muhammad, and today's episode is important. All of them are important, but today's episode is important because we're not just talking about AI tools, we are talking about infrastructure, right? Who owns it, who controls it, and who gets displaced by it. So let's get into it. So our first headline this week, OpenAI expands enterprise AI agents. So a lot of people have actually made the decision to mass leave ChatGPT because they've had a little deal with the government, and a lot of people don't like that because then that means access to data, but that's not the necessarily headline. The headline I necessarily want to talk about. We are going to start with AI agents. Now, OpenAI is pushing deeper into enterprise level AI agents. I did bring up that point with OpenAI. I do use ChatGPT for a lot of things in my day-to-day life. So them partnering with the government is not a shock. It's not a surprise. President Trump, who is adamantly for AI, it's no surprise that they are definitely trying to find innovative ways to stay on the cutting edge when it comes to AI. But that's why I brought that out, because a lot of people don't like the fact that they've partnered with the government in that regard, because then they have access to data and all that good jazz. Anyway, OpenAI is pushing deeper into enterprise level AI agents, right? And this kind of has a tie into that bigger infrastructure, because AI agents can do more work than on an enterprise level, right? You can get more accomplished. So what does that mean specifically? We're moving from AI helps you write emails to now AI runs departments. And we knew this was coming. There is a brilliant conversation panel of Black gentlemen that are all within the space of AI in various capacities, and they're talking about it, right? And we see one of the things that they touch on is the statistical data in regards to job replacement and how AI is going to do these things. They predict by 2030, but realistically, they are working to do that by 2027. We are in 2026, and it's March today. So we are officially entering the era of digital employees. These agents can handle scheduling, manage research workflows, respond to customers, analyze data, execute tasks independently. Now, this is not ChatGPT as a chatbot. This is ChatGPT as an operational layer. And here's the bigger shift. AI is becoming infrastructure, not an app, not a feature. Actual infrastructure like electricity, like Wi-Fi, like cloud computing. And once something becomes infrastructure, it becomes power. Nvidia in the hardware power game. Now let's talk hardware. Nvidia continues dominating the AI chip market. Every major AI model runs on GPUs. Data centers powered by GPUs. AI startups built on GPU access. And here's the truth most people ignore. The real gold rush is not AI software. It's compute. If AI is the brain, Nvidia is the oxygen. And whoever controls compute, controls speed, controls scale, controls who can even compete. This is why infrastructure conversations matter, because infrastructure determines access. So smart cities, digital integration across the globe, smart cities are accelerating. Digital ID systems, biometric verification, cashless frameworks, AI assisted surveillance. Now, here's the tension. Convenience feels good, but infrastructure shapes behavior. If your ID, your payments, your transportation, your medical access, your work are all integrated into digital infrastructure, the system becomes the gatekeeper. It's structural awareness at this point. Technology doesn't just serve us, it now organizes us, and organization is power. So, our last and final headline for this week: entry level roles in automation. Reports are showing early automation pressure on marketing assistants, junior analysts, administrative roles, customer support, not full replacement, but compression. Fewer people, more AI. Now, here's where I get reflective. Automation isn't evil. And I say that, right? And I 1000% believe that. I don't believe that any inanimate thing can be evil, right? I feel like it's the people that operate these things that make it use either evil or good. But unprepared automation creates displacement, of course, and displacement without strategy creates instability. So the real question is not, will AI replace jobs? We know AI is going to replace jobs. The real question is, are you positioning yourself above automation or below it? It is inevitable. It is happening. Are you becoming the operator of an AI system or the task AI systems replace? Now, we are officially done with Black History Month, but being a Black woman, I think that it is important to not only just highlight Black people for 1 month. I think that it's very important to show that we've always been a part of this conversation. We've always been a part of tech in very innovative ways, and I want to keep that innovation train going. So I'm not going to say her last name because I know that I'm going to butcher it, but her name is Dr. Joy B. That's what I would call her, and she exposed bias in facial recognition systems. Kudos to her. Specifically, how they underperformed on darker skinned women. Now, her research forced major tech companies to confront algorithmic bias. She founded the Algorithmic Justice League, as she should, and here's why she matters in this conversation. AI reflects the people who build it. If only a narrow demographic builds systems, those systems reflect narrow perspectives. You open the door for entitlement, and you open the door for just a repeat of all kinds of foolishness that we've so far overcome, right? Infrastructure without representation creates imbalance. And I indeed 1000% agree with this. So the question becomes, who's in the room? And more importantly, who owns the room? This is a fantabulous time for not just Black people, but people of all races and genders to truly get involved with AI. Because you know what? A lot of these jobs that AI will be replacing are not just entry-level jobs. I've heard conversations where they want to replace doctors. They want to replace lawyers. And it's not just Black people that are doctors and lawyers. It's people of all races, ethnicities, nationalities. And so these conversations are important to have so that you can start to challenge yourself, right? I was vehemently against AI at one point in time in my life. Adamantly against it. I've seen every movie that talked about the future, so I too held those same reservations. But then I started to use AI for myself. I started to research the good and the bad that AI entails. And I realized, AI is just like any other industry in this world, right? There's good connected to it. There's bad connected to it. There's people with good values and people with not so good values connected to it. So that didn't make it useful software or hardware. All right. Control the narrative. AI infrastructure is consolidating. Compute is consolidating. Enterprise automation is expanding, and that's the reality. The alternative is education, digital fluency, ownership, not just using AI tools, not that they're bad, right? But I feel like the tools honestly are gateways of what could be on an automated scale, and we're seeing that. Understanding them, learning prompt engineering, workflow automation, AI strategy, data literacy, and finally, dream. What if, instead of fearing automation, you became the architect? What if you built AI assisted businesses, AI supported creative projects, AI powered systems that work for you? What if AI didn't replace you, but multiplied you? Infrastructure is rising, so we rise with it. We are entering a decade where infrastructure will define powers. Will define power, not followers, not virality, infrastructure. And if AI becomes the new oil, who do you want holding the wells? Now, if you've made it this far in the episode, thank you so much for listening up until this point. Comment, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and comment automation. Honestly, we are in a great time because the world is completely shifting, much like what the Industrial Revolution that had an impact on all of us, and it still is affecting us to this day. That is what AI is doing in this new digital era we are embarking upon. It may not look like it, but I'm telling you, that is what we're moving into. I really do believe that, and if I'm wrong, I'll choose to stand corrected. This has been Talk Data to Me. Until next time.